let's do this. So,
Patty and Maria.
Let's talk about how we met on the train. I talked to you about that in the video already, which you won't have watched yet. But I want you to tell me what happened. Where were you at with your business on that day?
On the day that we met, I had been thinking about this business for a couple of months, spent a time doing the logo, thinking about site copy, showing the logo to my dog, like you wrote in that other post, all of those things without actually taking any action. And the conversation on the train was, why haven't you taken any action? And it was basically, well, I'm not ready yet, or this excuse or that excuse. And we got to the part where you said, well, you need to test the idea, you need to validate it, you need to sell it. I'm like, well, I don't have anything to freaking sell. I don't even have a website. Like, you can't do that. You can't sell something without a website or a finished product. So crazy stuff. And then on top of that, being afraid to ask people. I don't like selling anyway. You know, as Derek was saying in some of the comments, it's hard to make that big ask. And I think you included it in the video. You basically just dared me. Like, I fucking dare you. Like, what's the thing that you can do that creates value? Can you do something that is a quick win, like what you're talking about on the second day? What's the quick win? And the quick win for me was I can tell people how to get Bitcoin in a couple of minutes when it takes days or hours or months. I've had people that are stuck months trying to do that. So you said, all right, well, ask people if they'll pay you for it, because that's the test. You know, I can help people, but if they're not going to pay you, it's not a business. So I'm like, well, I can't do that. We're on a train. How can I do that on a train? Like, should I walk around the train? No. Open your Facebook Messenger. You know people that have struggled with this, right? Yes, I do know people. Do you know 10? Yeah, I know 10. Message them right now. I'm like, well, I don't have a website. How do I sell it? Send them your PayPal. I'm like, that doesn't work. You can't do that. What should I say? And I use essentially the template that you have in this challenge is just, hey, I've got this thing. Will you help me validate the idea? Would you pay $7 for it? And that's the one that you posted in the video is one of those messages. I sent 10 and I got 10 responses and I ended up with $70 that paid for the train ticket while we were sitting on the train and validated the idea.
That was literally while we were on the train. It's not like it took them ages and you had to do some stuff. Like it was that was a 3-hour train trip. So cool. And actually
and it didn't take 3 hours from me. The most part was like me getting over my fear to do the ask. That took a long time, but actually making the asks and getting the yeses was probably 20 minutes.
Crazy.
Of just sending the same message over and over. So really that's it. If you guys are frozen at this stage, it's just taking the action, getting over the fear of asking people for money, and just ask 10 people, ask 20 people, ask, don't ask 2 because you might get 2 no's and then you'll be sad because that's what I thought first. Just ask your 20. And if it's a good idea, you'll get a yes. If it's not a good idea, you'll get no's, and you need a new idea, and that's a win too.
Yes, exactly. So that's really funny that you're like, should I walk around the train? That was such a fun time because you were so nervous, and I remember you saying like, I feel like asking for money is icky, and you were like, I told you, like, just write this, blah, 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 and you wrote it, and you showed it to me, and I was like, actually, you might have even come up with that. I don't remember telling you, but then you asked me to check it. I told you to tweak something, and then you sent it out, and that was it. You had a PayPal account already, so that was, like, pretty easy. Now, that's a good point for anyone who's listening that, if this whole thing if it's too scary for you to ask someone random from Facebook, the really good point is maybe you should just ask people that you already know in your niche. Like, already know. Like, you didn't go on Facebook and do all this stuff. You just asked people that you already knew. And that was, like, a lot.
They're already in my network.
Yeah, they're already in your network. So, guys, as an alternative to starting, like, there are so many ways to do this, and I don't want to confuse you. But there are, like, you can approach people on Facebook. But you can run ads, obviously. We don't want to deal with that yet. Like, literally talk to people who you're in the niche with. If you're talking about the van thing, how to live in a van, like, surely there are people that know that you live in a van and think it's cool. Like, talk to them and go, hey, blah, blah. Now, if you're weird about, like, did you have a fear, Mariza, about it being weird between you and the people that you asked?
Well, a lot of people in my network are varying degrees from acquaintances to very good friends. So I had the feeling of I just want to help them until the thing without asking them for money. Like I should just be a good friend and just give them the thing. But actually, what I needed to know from my friend is this idea good enough for you to pay for? We're not talking about my friendship or do I like you enough to help you? It felt like it was about that in the beginning, and it was a heck of a lot easier after I just put it out there that it went to that business level. I mean, you've got different aspects to friendships, and it went to the business level of, yeah, I do think it. So I'm asking a friend to help me validate a business idea and be a business mind. So if you can get over that part, if you're talking to people that you know you're friends with, and approach it that way, the same way the question that I have, you guys can use the same template. That most of those people are friends that I either knew for a week or a few years. And pitch it as a business thing. Like, help me validate this idea. Do you think it's worth $7 to do that?
Yeah, guys,
And
like,
get over the fear. It's just $7. It's really not that much. You're not saying 7 grand. I mean, that's a lot to ask a friend.
yeah, exactly. And the reason that we do this stuff, and I know that you've started thinking a bit more about your value ladder now, the stuff that you're going to offer them next. But you need to get people in there at that level. And the reason that we have to ask them for money is literally just to separate the ideas that are going to make money from the ideas that you're just going to give away for free. And when you said that how did you feel after you made those first sales?
Oh my gosh, it's amazing. Amazing rush. Amazing. I mean, it went from a really cool idea of how I might be able to help people to immediately like, this is a business. There's a genuine need out for this, and this is most definitely a business. And you can gauge that with the level of response that you get from people. And even if it's something that they're like, maybe, even if they say maybe, well, maybe that's your free opt-in. Maybe that's a different part of your funnel. And then you try again with something that has a little bit more value that would be worth that $7 or $10 for that first thing.
Exactly. And it's taken you a little bit I mean, you made those sales, you've got a group now. How many people are in your Facebook group?
Almost 500 in less than a month.
Dude, that's amazing. I didn't know that. That's incredible.
It's a lot. It's a lot, yeah.
It took me like
it's a lot.
ages to get to 500. That's
Yeah, I actually just got off a mastermind, and that's kind of we've been talking about Facebook groups, posting the idea in Facebook groups, and starting a Facebook group is a great way to get that validation as well. I felt a little nervous that I started and it grew so quickly that I don't actually have all the content to answer all the questions, but it's a great way to get the questions from people in your niche, hear what their pain points are. So as I'm developing the content now, I know exactly how to speak that language and address those pain points, as to where I think, if I didn't launch the Facebook group, I'd be going after what I think their concerns are and guessing what I think they need. And now I just know, and I can make it around that. So it felt backwards, but it's not.
Yeah.
And people can wait a couple weeks for the content. I mean, they can.
Yeah, and they have the initial content to get used to, and then they're still like asking questions, and you're kind of helping them navigate through that stuff personally in the group.
Right.
But at the same time, you're able to create something for them. And tomorrow, or wherever you are in the world, day 4, this must be 3, day 4, we're going to be setting up a group as one of the things that we're doing, plus, help like starting to deliver that thing. Because let's actually go into what happened. You sold the thing on the train. Now, you didn't have the thing to deliver. What happened with...
Then I panicked.
You panicked, yeah.
Extreme panic. I panicked because I sold the thing. Like, I really didn't believe you, actually. I was like, sure, I'll do that. Whatever, get off my backpack.
Yeah.
And then it worked. So that actually lit a fire under my ass. Like, I have to make the thing. And it turned out for me that the paid guide that I sold was actually a lot bigger than I had anticipated. So what I ended up creating in the weekend that I had promised to deliver, it was the opt-in. So I gave that as a teaser to the folks I sold it to and said, okay, well, before I can give you the thing that I promised you, you still have to read this. So that kind of bided a little more time while I created a more robust guide. And then in that time, I started the Facebook group. So I had the opt-in, and I hear a lot of this from people that have large Facebook groups is they wish they got emails when the group started. So it was good that in that weekend, I was able to set up a quick and dirty landing page. That was definitely not something I was super proud of, but it worked. And got that up, had something to post there in the Facebook group that, hey, everyone, just to get you started, here's the free, basics guide that you guys can start up with, and then ended up capturing like 100 emails in a week.
That's so cool. That is so amazing. And so when you were creating that, you didn't have, just to go back to what you said, you were not very impressed with what you came up with that weekend. Like, let's talk a little bit about just getting stuff out there really quickly. Like, how did you feel sending it out?
You said something to me that I've heard it several times before, but hearing something at the right time is also important. And you said if you're not embarrassed by what you're putting out there, then you waited too long. And I've heard that somewhere before. And that was also what lit the fire. It's like, okay, well, it doesn't have to be the most perfect picture of me. It doesn't have to be the best site. I threw something up on Squarespace. I don't even love Squarespace, but it's quick to do something and throw up a landing page and just get the basic stuff out there. You just need what the heck is the site about, and an email capture is enough. And that should be a half hour to an hour's worth of work. You don't even need a logo. I happen to have one because I was sitting on it for 2 months, but you can just write what the thing is and whatever font they give you, and it's fine, because there's always time to improve it. It's not, it's the internet. Nothing's locked in forever. You can change it every day if you want, but you can't start it every day. You have to pick a day to start it.
I love how your attitude has changed. It's changed so much. It's so good. And you're making money right now. You've got people. So guys, if you're watching this, it's crazy how we see people all the time who take ages to come up with a business idea. They take ages to try to come up with the right thing and get the website and do all the stuff. And then they're desperate for customers. They're literally desperate for someone to join their Facebook group. And they've already got all the stuff ready, but no one's joining. This has completely switched the whole paradigm around so that you can have people desperate to join your group and buy your stuff and find out more about what you're doing and learn from you.
It's a much better position to be in than what I thought it would be, of building out this huge cryptocurrency empire and then trying to find people to sell it to. Now I have the reverse. I have a bunch of people where's the thing? Didn't you do the thing yet? I need this, I need that. I have these questions. So people are, I feel bad that I should have more stuff, but I know when I deliver something, they're just going to be chomping at the bit, ready to buy it because it's already out there.
I love
So the following first. The following's better. Get not the product, not the website. Get the people excited about the thing, even if you don't have it built or you're not sure how to position it or what all your pain points are, or who your exact avatar is. Get out there and talk to people and test your idea, and the audience will build itself and culminate around a certain aspect. Because I thought I was actually building a product for a more advanced person, and the more questions and the more I hear back from my audience, the more I define my niche, actually.
Let's see if we've got any questions.
Cal wants to know what I use for my email capture. Cal, I've had a MailChimp account forever. It's not the best email marketing, but again, it was quick and dirty, and I can always port it over somewhere else later. But it was a matter of that's what I had open, and that was easiest to set up. So just plop it into the Squarespace and done and done. I actually had an alignment issue, and then I just didn't care.
Yeah.
Just get it done.
Super cool. And when I talked to you, I hadn't even got the funnel ready or anything like that to give to you. So you didn't have anything. You just made it all yourself on the weekend. And I remember that weekend, we were both hustling that, during that weekend in Javier in Spain, we were both just trying to get all our stuff done. And you were totally freaking out, but you got it done. And I remember how proud you were of that. And I was so proud too. Got it done.
Shipped it.
Love it. I love it. Okay. Have you guys got any more questions before we take off? Someone's got no sound. I don't know.
All right. Sorry, Florian.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I got sound.
Try, this video will stay on the page so you guys can rewatch it. There's quite a few. And
I'll show you where the template is too. It'll tag you in it to be able to use to do your pitch.
Yeah.
Squarespace cannot be used with ClickFunnels, correct?
No, it's a whole different entire platform.
A whole different platform.
If you use Squarespace, you have to set up your site. And I want you guys using ClickFunnels because you can literally build a funnel where your customer gets it's all automated. Mariza already knew a little bit about web stuff, and so could put all that stuff together. But mine's really step by step with ClickFunnels. So they literally drop into the top. They go themselves into the next thing. I show you how to set that up. It's really straightforward. So, but
yeah, I wouldn't.
Sorry.
I'm going to be transferring that over to ClickFunnels. As I said, I put something up that was just a page just to get it out there and continue to test the idea with the audience. And then to have it automated in ClickFunnels is a better way to go. So don't listen to that Squarespace stuff. That's just my story and what I did at the time.
Yeah, at the time. We were like, oh, what should we do? Just do this. Just put it up. It's fun.
Throw it out there.
And I will be telling you guys to use MailChimp as well, but that will be happening probably the day after tomorrow. So don't worry about that right now. But this whole live is just to let you know, guys, that it's okay to ask people for money and that the system works. Mariza, that works, right?
Yeah, just do what she says. Go brush past with here. She's double daring you, and just like take the dare and do the thing, and then you'll be surprised at the results. Either you'll have a great idea, or you'll know your idea is not so great and you need a different one. So it's going to be one of those two outcomes, and they're both wins.
That's right. And imagine, Mariza, if your idea that you've been focusing on for like months and you've been thinking about it and done the logo and everything, imagine if it didn't work. Like, how gutted would you have been? Like, oh.
After all the effort and yeah.
You would have wasted so much time. But in this,
it's much more motivating to build something knowing that it's going to sell. Exactly. Knowing that the effort you're going to put in is fulfilling a need rather than guessing.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So that's why we need to talk to a few people beforehand and watch the beginning of the video if you didn't catch it. We talk about how an easier way than Facebook groups. I can't believe there was an easier way, actually. I should have thought of that. An easier way to get your first customers than talking to people on Facebook. Although I think you should do that too, because you need to talk to as many people as possible. Mariza has now moved on to speaking to people in Facebook groups and her own Facebook group. I cannot believe there's 500 people in there already. That's amazing. All right, guys, anything else? It looks like that's it for now. So thanks for jumping on a call with me. I know you're like busy doing crypto shows and stuff.
Yay.
It's amazing. You're a busy woman. Thank you very much. Talk soon.
You're welcome. Good luck, everyone, wherever you are. That's where I was like a couple weeks ago. So keep going. Do the thing.